They wanted this. They have been calling for this for 8 years. We will never forget.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
For 8 years, they have called him the worst of worst insults. They called for their base to destruct, to destroy, and to hurt. And now they want to wish him a speedy recovery. This petty get-well-soon baloney is a joke. Throughout this video, we will share some unacceptable, unbelievable clips. But before I do, if you want more conservative news and love Trump, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos. But the truth is, the media dreamed about this. They fantasized about it. They wrote about it. Like, how can you say he's literally Hitler and democracy is on the line, but we wish him a speedy recovery and political violence is never acceptable? If you have been saying any of that insane crap, then at least have the integrity to admit that this is the logical conclusion of your lies.
A lot of people have tried to draw similarities between Mussolini and Hitler and the use of the terminology like vermin and the drive that those men had towards autocracy and dictatorship. The difference, though, I think makes Donald Trump even more dangerous, and that is he has no philosophy he believes in. He is not trying to expand the boundaries of the United States of America. He's not trying to overcome a neighboring country like Putin is in Ukraine. He is not going for some grandiose scheme of international dominance. All he wants is to look in the mirror and see a guy who's president. All he cares about is selfish self-promotion. That's the only philosophy he has, which makes him even more dangerous.
The dehumanizing rhetoric of Adolf Hitler is once again alive and well on a national political stage. This time, of course.
I mean, Trump has always said, they're not after me, they're after you, and I just happen to be standing in the way.
They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom. It's very simple. I'm not going to let it happen. They want to silence me because I will never let them silence you. And in the end, they're not after me, they're after you, and I just happen to be standing in their way. It's my honor to do so.
But now is the time to hold all of these people accountable. Now, those who have been fighting for the truth for years know it was only a matter of time before something like this happened. But now is the time to hold all of these people who have relentlessly fear-mongered and called Trump a threat to democracy. And we're talking about people like this. In what world is this acceptable?
Joe, you now have the right to take that Trump out. Take him out, Joe. If he was Hitler and this was 1940, you'd take him out. Well, he is Hitler and this is 1940. Take him the out. Blow him up. Blow him up.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there is unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
When they go low, we kick them.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and bring her? I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
Look as his character is stabbed to death. I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
But wait, there is a lot more of this. There are people like Keith Olbermann or Sleepy Joe. And yes, this is a real speech given by a president.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. But there's no question that the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country. MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people. Trump and the extreme MAGA Republicans quote a clear and present danger to our democracy. But while the threat to American democracy is real, I want to say as clearly as we can, we are not powerless in the face of these threats. MAGA Republicans have made their choice. They embrace anger. They thrive on chaos. They live not in the light of truth, but in the shadow of lies.
Or how about yesterday when Joe Biden said this about Trump? Most importantly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, Trump is a threat to this nation.
Most importantly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, Trump is a threat to this nation.
Yep, Joe Biden said this a day before the assassination attempt, or when Joe Biden told donors in a private phone call on Monday that he has one job, and that's to beat Donald Trump. We're done talking about the debate. It's time to put Trump in the bullseye. Or how about the HuffPost who posted this just the other day? But these next ones are some of my favorites. These people that we're going to show on the screen right now are 9 U.S. congressmen and women who sponsored H.R. 8081. H.R. 8081 is a bill aimed at stripping Donald Trump of his Secret Service protection. These people are Benny Thompson, who introduced the bill, Troy Carter, Barbara Lee, Frederica Wilson, Yvonne Clark, Bonnie Coleman, Jasmine Crockett, Joyce Beatty, and Steve Cohen. And then you have posts like this from Benny Thompson. These people don't care, and that's why their fake get-well-soon wishes are a joke. Everyone knows we are in uncharted territory, and these people want to remove protection for a former and current frontrunner to become the next president in a few months. And this next one is sick. ABC News' Martha Raddatz appears to try and blame this on Donald Trump on him and his supporters.
Vivek Ramaswamy, of course, President Trump and his supporters have contributed to this violent rhetoric as well.
Well, absolutely, George. We were just looking back this morning at some of the things that former President Trump has said. He warned last March of potential death and destruction if he were charged by the Manhattan District Attorney. Our country is being destroyed as they tell us to be peaceful. Trump in January warned of bedlam in the country if the criminal charges against him succeeded. But those are indeed his words. And you have heard it from supporters as well. And supporters are certainly in some parts angry. And let's remember January 6th. In so many ways for the campaign, January 6th will probably be in the background after yesterday's event. This is a very difficult time for this campaign. I'm sure this week in Milwaukee that President Trump will highlight this, and President Biden is going to have to figure out how to go forward with this campaign and what exactly they say.
And last but not least, Tucker Carlson was right once again. I mean, just look at this headline from Business Insider. Tucker Carlson claims we're speeding toward assassination of Trump, amping up baseless far-right conspiracy theory. It's ridiculous, but that's all I got for this one. We all need to pray for Trump. He doesn't need this job. He has sacrificed so much. He simply wants to make America great again for us. And if you're still watching this video, we have to remember what Donald Trump said as he left the stage after they tried to kill him. We need to fight, 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 fight. We have to show up and vote in November and re-elect this man. See you in the next one, and make sure to subscribe for more videos.